Okay, so picture this. You've just barely survived a totally harrowing voyage, you've managed to deliver the body of a corrupted pirate admiral for a bounty, and honestly, all you want to do is buy some new gear and catch your breath. But instead, you are dragged right into a cold, stone interrogation room. You're exhausted, you're cornered, and the entire High Council of Zephra City is just staring you down. The apocalypse is literally looming, and our heroes are on trial. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unraveling one of the absolute most intense, high-stakes turning points in the Apocalypse Beckons saga, and we're going to see how a potential catastrophic failure turned into a total masterclass in improvisation.
Okay, let's dive into this. The High Council? Yeah, they are not interested in some casual debriefing. They need absolute certainty about these rumors of a world-ending threat. So they force the party under a powerful, entirely inescapable spell of truth. Under this intense magical compulsion, our heroes have literally nowhere to hide. They are forced to recount every single harrowing detail of their journey since the destruction at Duskmere, plus everything they know about that mysterious purple magic infecting the lands. It's a pretty brutal way to start a council meeting, right? Just forcing the team to lay all their cards on the table?
Now, this brutal interrogation actually highlights a massive takeaway, and that is the sheer survival power of a diverse team. We've got Bip, the pragmatic halfling rogue, who actively pushes back against the magic, but, well, he fails. Atenimus, the warlock with a dark patron, yields but with deep reservation. Then there's Welsies, the dwarven paladin, who speaks righteously because his divine nature just allows it. But incredibly, and I love this part, it's Debbie, the elf wizard who truly saves them here. Why? Because of her world-renowned noble culinary heritage. As a high society chef, she immediately recognizes the magical signature of the spell. Her incredibly obscure background signals to the team that, hey, resistance is futile, we have to comply if we want to survive this trial.
So, under the spell, the team recites the apocalyptic prophecy that has been haunting them for so long. Let me just read this to you because the exact wording is absolutely chilling. It goes, "When blood of the willing stains the stone, and hand of the sworn strikes true, the gate of the bound shall rend." The party explains to the council that they've seen this magic twisting the world, and they fully believe a greater demon named Gormak is orchestrating the whole shebang. The tension in that room is just suffocating. You can tell they genuinely believe they're carrying the burden of saving the world through some noble, ultimate sacrifice.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the massive lore twist the High Council drops on them, which completely upends everything. See, the party firmly believed that the willing sacrifice mentioned in the prophecy was a hero's death, a noble act required to seal the demon away and save everyone. Well, the council violently corrects this assumption. The sacrifice doesn't start the apocalypse, it starts it. The willing blood is actually the key designed to release the demon Gormak from his eternal prison. The sacrificed person either becomes a physical vessel for the demon, or the murderer becomes a loyal supplicant. Everything the heroes thought they knew about their destiny, completely flipped upside down.
So, what do you do when you learn the apocalypse is actually a trap, and you are vastly under-equipped to fight a literal greater demon? Well, you pivot. Hard. The party realizes they need serious resources and they need them fast. They decide to use Zephra City as a temporary base of operations. And in this massive tonal shift from apocalyptic dread to gritty, boots-on-the-ground reality, they agree to pull off a highly dangerous, totally illegal armed robbery of the ultra-secure Zephra Concord Bank. Hey, sometimes saving the world requires a little grand larceny. They desperately need the funds and the magical gear inside to finance their holy war against Gormak.
But of course, there is a terrifying complication that turns this into a total race against the clock. So the crucial point is, while casing the bank, Bip notices some local thugs loitering around. Through secretive thieves' cant, he discovers it's not just our heroes hitting this bank. Oh no. All 4 major rival guilds in Zephra City, the Clock Planners, the Volcano Thugs, the Wave Cut Purses, and those secretive Root Dwellers, are pooling their resources. They're all working together on the exact same bank heist for a massive 1,200 gold prize. Having an entire city's organized crime syndicate gunning for the exact same target means our heroes have to move much, much faster than they ever planned.
This brings us to the reconnaissance phase, and man, it is beautifully executed. Welsies and Animus just casually walk right into the bank during normal business hours. Their cover story? They're simply depositing Bip's old, beat-up iron pot into Vault 49. And wouldn't you know it, Vault 49 happens to be right next to their actual target. While they're inside, they notice that simply dropping an item triggers these glowing, visible, magical scrying zones. The bank isn't just guarded by people, it's practically alive with surveillance magic. But now, they know exactly what they have to bypass. Fast forward to the night of the heist. The team sneaks up to the bank, fully prepared to break in, only to find, no way, the door is already open. The tension spikes instantly.
They slip inside and immediately run straight into two rival rogues from the Wave and Clock guilds who are already in there scanning for traps. Aaron, our hardened ranger, readies his weapons. His strategy? Kill them on the spot and leave their bodies as evidence of the theft to cover the party's tracks. Yikes. But Bip steps in. He coolly talks to the rival thieves and discovers they're only contracted to steal the item in bin 49, which is literally Bip's worthless iron pot. Bip masterfully leverages honor among thieves, negotiating a quick truce so they can all just work together. And this brilliantly illustrates where their weird, diverse histories become their absolute greatest weapons. They didn't just use standard lockpicks to break the bank's heavy security. As they moved through the vault, Welsis recognized ancient dwarven runes etched right into the floor, allowing him to discern a perfectly safe path through some incredibly deadly pressure plates. Later, when the southern team encountered a room protected by magical warning wards, Aaron used his lifelong knowledge of orcish enemies to solve it. He correctly identified the emblems, touching the shields in the exact right sequence to completely silence the alarms. They literally weaponized their own histories to bypass the traps.
The payoff for leveraging those backgrounds? Absolutely staggering. I mean, they don't just find gold in there. They secure a literal arsenal that fundamentally changes their odds against Gormak. We're talking an oath bow for Aaron to strike true, a black bead of force for sheer destruction, a memory crystal to hold vital spells, and even a mechanical clockwork spider to scout ahead. And let's not forget the map of hidden routes to reveal city alleys, alongside this very mysterious blue ledger. Let me tell you, this isn't just loot, this is survival.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because they definitely can't celebrate just yet. They are standing inside a breached, high-security bank in the dead middle of a massive city. Survival means leaving right now. Using the travel pass they earned from the High Council earlier that week, the team sprints for the city's transfer portal. It is a desperate, urgent flight out of Zephra City. They have got to jump through that magical gateway before the bank guards realize they've been robbed and lock down the entire sector. They step through the portal, pockets heavy with gold, legendary gear strapped to their backs, leaving a looted bank and furious rival guilds in their dust. It is a flawless heist. But it leaves us with a pretty chilling thought as we wrap up this explainer. They've secured the resources they need, yes, but armed with the knowledge that the prophecy is actually a trap designed to release the demon Gormak, the real question remains. They might have outrun the Zephra City bank guards today, but can they possibly outrun the apocalypse? Well, that is something you'll have to consider as we close the book on the Zephra City Caper.